Okay, everyone, good evening and happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for streaming with us on this special night as we celebrate America's 250th birthday with a live streaming show for the next 3 hours. First off, to start, we're giving you a live look over the St. Pete Pier as people are already packing the grounds for the 4th celebration. That is actually what it's called. Live music, a fireworks show later starting a little after 9 o'clock, and we're actually going to check in with our very own Danielle Zukolski, who is reporting live from that area in just a little bit. Thank you so much for being with us here, everyone. My name is Regina Gonzalez, your host and producer, controlling the entire stream with all of the technology at my hands. This is a very historic day, and we really appreciate you spending it with us. I hope you had a hot dog. Maybe you got a cool drink in your hand. If you're watching us from inside the AC, you probably had the best idea, but it's definitely going to be a great time at all of the 4th of July celebrations happening across Florida. We're even going to head out to Orlando. I know some of our Orlando viewers are even joining us right now, so welcome. Over the next 3 hours, we've got so much in store for you. Different 4th of July celebrations in the Tampa Bay region and Orlando, like I said, but what a better way to start than heading on over to Washington, D.C. So we are actually taking a live look right now as the shot from the National Mall stands tall and proud. The U.S. Thunderbirds actually just got done wrapping up an incredible performance, and we know that literally, and I think in about 30 seconds, Air Force One should be flying over. There's going to be all sorts of aerial performances as they mark their salute to 250 event, obviously the nation's capital, the place to be, even though it is incredibly, incredibly hot. And it has affected a lot of the different events that are happening across the Northeast. I know a parade was canceled in Philadelphia yesterday, and they were having some issues with the camera out in D.C. because of the heat. So we're lucky to get this shot right now, honestly. And we are going to raise the volume and listen in because I don't want you to miss the incredible moment that we could see Air Force One. So we're going to start in our nation's capital. We'll bring it back on home really soon, get a check of your forecast. But again, thank you so much for being here. Let's raise the volume on this for just a few minutes.
你的袋子拿过来吧，你收嘛，你们那边一定要收起来。你说什么袋子？然后我就很喜欢这个。你说那个毯子啊？要不要收？收。而且你知道，你有没有重要事情东西在那边？没有重要就放在那边。您是看到那个有一个看那个，开始我就做不要出去。
All right, everyone, as we wait, just a couple little tidbits here. So we are expecting the first flyover of the evening. Well, obviously, they had a bunch of different aerial performances. The Thunderbirds, I know the Blue Angels were not too long ago, but Air Force One expected to make its pass over the National Mall. It was slated for 7:03, so maybe it's taking off as we speak. But the aircraft is more than just transportation for the president. It's one of the most recognizable symbols of the United States around the world, serving as a flying White House, equipped with secure communications, the ability to operate under virtually any circumstance, and it is just a massive, massive aircraft. So we are actually going to just wait a couple more minutes. We did get an advisory from the Salute to America 250 staff that things could possibly be delayed because of weather conditions out there. So that's going to maybe deter some timing a little bit. So we'll hang on this for just a moment because I don't want you to miss that. And in the meantime, we do have some patriotic music for you to listen to. So why don't we listen to some tunes as well? Everyone, we are back here on Fox 13 Plus, awaiting what is supposed to be Air Force One, kind of kicking off a series of different flyovers happening at the Salute to America 250 event taking place on the National Mall. President Trump actually expected to speak from here at around 9:45. This was slated, Air Force One's flyover was slated for 7:03. So I've been in touch with our meteorologist, Nash Rhodes, who's actually joining us live right now because we do think that this might be some sort of delay due to weather. Nash, how you doing?
Doing well. And yeah, I think you're exactly right. Washington, D.C. right now is completely surrounded on all sides by thunderstorms, basically within a 15-mile radius. They're dry, but then every which direction. They're not just storms, but some that are severe warned. That includes downtown Baltimore. I'm looking at the radar right now. They've got a storm capable of gusty winds over 60 miles per hour moving in. So you can imagine there might be a little hesitant to take off in these conditions. It's not overhead, but it's moving into the area, and they're just going to be cautious rather than go for it, it seems like, if weather is actually the delay here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because, I mean, you look back at this shot. We'll go back out to the shot we have of the National Mall, and, I mean, it looks a little overcasty. I was kind of watching Fox 5 DC's stream not too long ago. There wasn't physical rain in the area, but yeah, if you're watching that live radar, could be a possibility. And then you also have to factor in they're dealing with extreme heat
Yeah, spot on with that, because the heat is actually what's fueling those storms. We have temperatures there. I was just showing this live on the air in D.C. At the airport over there, it's 93 degrees about 10 minutes ago. Wow. That's hotter than it is here in Tampa. The humidity making it feel about 103 degrees. And look at these heat advisories across the Northeast United States. The bright pink areas you see are extreme heat warnings. These are not things that we see every day, in the weather sphere. These are occasionally issued throughout the year, but they have been in place for days now for many of these cities. Potentially tomorrow, more extreme heat warnings could be in place for areas like Washington, New York. Relief for them doesn't come until Monday or Tuesday, and widespread heat advisories are also in place. This is impacting millions of Americans. I mean, we're talking well over 100 that could be under various heat advisories today. Now, wow. Right now, the current temperatures, these are not true temperatures. These are feels like temperatures. Your body struggles to regulate its heat with its sweat whenever you've got conditions like this in place. In Philadelphia, that's making the temperature feel like 103 degrees right now. 100 in New York City, if you can believe it. Some of our sensors over there were in the upper 90s for the true temperature this afternoon. That's almost 10 degrees warmer than we are at this moment in Tampa. The heat is widespread and it's all intertwined. The same big area of high pressure for them is fueling our heat down in Florida, and that's what's making for some, let's call them interesting conditions this evening for the 4th of July. Last year, do you remember the storms that we had coming through the area?
I do a little bit. I remember having some people over my house, and we have a sunroom, so it was raining and it didn't impact us, but I remember it not being the best.
Yeah, it was a very difficult forecast because we knew we were going to get storms. We knew some fireworks shows would be impacted. The question was, when was that going to arrive in Tampa? Several of the shows actually went on earlier before the sun, had fully set, just to get the fireworks off. This year, that's not the case. So rain, it's something to keep an eye on. A few areas could see some brief thunderstorms this evening, but I do think most of our fireworks shows, especially along the coast, our beaches, should go on without a hitch. It's the heat that we really need people to pay attention to, because later tonight, it is still going to feel again like about 99 to 95 degrees as those shows are starting. Hydration comes to mind. You're sitting out there, maybe, dancing, talking with your friends, drinking. It's the last thing that you're thinking about. The later into the night that it gets, the more pleasant it's going to feel. Still sticky, muggy tonight into tomorrow morning, but look at that 7-day forecast. The heat continues. It's that same high pressure dome that's bringing all the heat to the northeast that's going to stay in place for us down in the southeast.
Yeah, and we also have, I'm kind of clicking through your graphics here. This is looking ahead to tonight. And it looks like we should be okay.
Yeah, this is right around 8, 9 o'clock. I'm showing this as, we'll call it one of the worst scenarios, because some models have no rain along the coast at all. Those that show a few storms look something like this, and this is what we've had the past few evenings, so I wouldn't be shocked if there are a few isolated showers and storms. I'm not anticipating severe weather, but you know how some of these can pop up, produce lightning. You get brief delays with regards to these shows. It's something we will be watching, but I think most of the area should not have any issues with these fireworks shows.
Okay, that's good to know. I have to tell you, I walked out of my house today. I live in the Seminole Heights area of Tampa. There was some thunder and some clouds, and I'm like, that's not even an option tonight. But I mean, we'll just have to wait and see who kind of gets the little
It's kind of misleading, right?
Yeah, right?
I had a lot of people text me earlier, like, should I go? Is it going to be a rain? It's like, no, we got our storms in the late morning, early afternoon. We got them out of the way for the most part. Yeah. That's all we can ask for. It's a good pattern for us if you're trying to launch fireworks.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much.
Of
the
course.
one and only
Happy
Nash
to be
Rhodes. Speaking of the Tampa Bay area and some weather watch, and we're actually going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to head out to St. Pete to check in with one of our viewers. That's the really cool thing about streaming Nash. We get to interact a little more
all over the place
with the viewers, and we actually got an email a couple of days ago from a gentleman who sent us photos of his America 250 decorated home, and we loved it so much we asked him to come on the stream. So
that's
he's
amazing.
actually going to be joining us after this quick break. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back here on this special edition of Fox 13 Plus, celebrating America's 250th birthday on this 4th of July. Wherever you are joining us from, thanks so much for being with us here. We are going to take you to as many different locations as we can throughout the night. So this is actually a big wide shot of the Great American State Fair. And actually, it looks like Rebecca Castor is reporting from this specific shot. We're going to be checking in with her in about 10 minutes. So stay tuned from that report. As we were just talking about before this quick 2-minute commercial break, Nash Rhodes, our meteorologist, was on with us. We were supposed to have some flyovers over the National Mall as part of the Salute to America 250 celebration happening there right now. That's why all of these people are lined up on the National Mall. And it looks like it might be delayed because of some weather conditions. Nash was saying that there are some storms kind of surrounding the D.C.-Baltimore area right now. So we're going to keep a very close eye on things and most likely get an update from Rebecca on what's going on in just a few minutes. But we want to take it on back home really quick because, as I mentioned, we have been in touch with a very patriotic St. Pete resident who sent us photos. He was kind enough to send us photos of his America 250 themed home, and we were so blown away by it. We actually said, hey, we need to bring him live on the stream. And so I would like to welcome the one and only Jim Vanderbleek of St. Pete outside of his incredible home. Jim, thank you so much for being with us here. Happy 4th of July. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, of course. Okay, so you have to, I guess, first give us a little backtrack. Obviously, I feel like we're all American citizens. We all have a little patriotism in us, but I mean, what made you say, hey, I'm going to take this to the next level?
It's probably in my blood. I grew up in the military, so I have that DNA instinctively. But I like to display things to show my neighborhood as far as how much I care for the country. So this is kind of small to what I might do in the future, but I enjoy doing this to show the neighbors there are patriots out there.
Yeah, and this is just so incredible. I see a Statue of Liberty by your front door. Are you able to kind of give us a tour? I love the lawn. This is fabulous.
Yeah, the Liberty is 12 feet tall. It's a bronze statue. Most likely, it's only one in Florida. You got a 15-foot flag. The torch does work at nighttime, so it's lit up. And this year, obviously, I've got the 250 flag.
Wow.
I've got my flag. And I made a template to paint the stars on the grass.
You did that? Did you do each one by yourself?
Yeah, I did that.
Look at that.
It's lit up at nighttime, so the flag will be highlighted at night with a large floodlight. And Miss Liberty has her torch on 24/7.
Wow. I have to ask, where do you get something like a Statue of Liberty statue?
I have connections. No, there's a place over near Daytona Beach called Yard Art Emporium. They sell the weirdest things. They're huge. So when I drove by and saw that, I said, I gotta have it. So I bought it.
Wow, that is so incredible, Jim. I didn't want to just openly say your address out on air, but I mean, are you inviting people to come by and take photos and check it out?
Yeah, they can see the number right there, the house. So 12th Street Northeast, 3901. Come by and take a look.
That is so incredible. You know, Jim, what does it mean to you? 250 years. Obviously, you said 4th of July, celebrating America means so much to you. You know, what does it mean to be here to mark 250 years and be able to do this and put on this spectacle for your community?
It is pretty nice. It's kind of my honor, very special to be around here during 250 years. I was around during the 200th year. That was nice, but 250 kind of special to me. I can look back on more lives or more years behind me and have more appreciation for this year than the one at 200.
Well, thank you so much for coming on here on your 4th of July and showing us this incredible, incredible sight. Jim, happy 4th of July. We are so appreciative of you, and we'll let you go on with your plans. Take care.
All right, happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Bye, Jim. How amazing is that? He actually did send us, I know we actually just got a live tour, but I mean, look at this. So incredible. Go check it out, guys. He's welcoming you. Go take pictures. He got a full Lady Liberty statue for you to see. And just a great patriot. Needed to bring him here on The Plus. All right, we are going to take another commercial break, and we'll have some more live coverage coming up. When we come back, we are still monitoring. Oh, wait. It looks like the flyovers started happening. Looks like they may have went right over Air Force One and went on with some more fighter jets. So let me raise the volume. Let's listen in live for just a moment. All right, so it looks like we may have just caught the tail end of that F-22 Raptor. Considered one of the world's premier air superiority fighters, combines stealth, technology, incredible maneuvering, and the ability to fly at supersonic speeds without using afterburners. Oh, and here we go. We've got another one. All right, and then coming into view now, a B-1 Lancer, a long-range strategic bomber capable of carrying out the largest conventional payloads. And then it looks like we've got the Thunderbirds. All right, everyone. Continuing just to wait. This is the good thing about streaming is you can kind of just hang on and wait and see if the next Raptor or Thunderbirds or next flyover is going to take place, keeping a close eye on this shot of the National Mall as Salute to America 250 gets underway in our nation's capital. President Trump expected to speak around 9:45. So we will keep a close eye on that. We are streaming with you until 10 p.m., so hopefully everything gets underway on time. And we will bring you his live remarks later on. Plus, fireworks from all across the nation, the Tampa Bay area, Orlando. We've got lots in store for you coming up. But as we stay in Washington, D.C., we want to waste no time bringing in Fox's Rebecca Castor, who we had a wide shot of the National Mall, and now we've got a stellar shot of her right there inside the Great American State Fair. Rebecca, how's it going? How you doing? I know it's hot.
Yeah, hey, Regina. Unfortunately, the weather did not get the memo that America is celebrating 250 years of independence. We have a lot of weather issues out here today. And unfortunately, right now, they are asking everybody to evacuate the National Mall because we do have storms in the vicinity. So this was a worst case scenario that officials were bracing for. They were hoping that they were going to be able to avoid it. But now all of tonight's programming is probably going to be pushed back at least an hour or so. But let's take a look at some of the fun festivities that were able to happen earlier today.
So, Rebecca, I do apologize. It does not look like we have your latest report, but I mean, you are coming on here with some breaking news, evacuating all of the festivities that are happening. What has your day been like? I know you've been working for quite some time now. Tell us kind of how your day ensued and how we kind of got here.
Yes. So we've been out here at the Great American State Fair for several days over the last week. It opened up last Thursday, and it's really been an exciting event. We've been talking to people that have come to D.C. from all over the country, and they're taking in all of the events that the nation's capital is offering for the 250th. Unfortunately, this is, what we hoped would not happen. The weather forecast leading up into today did not look good. We were anticipating that this might be the scenario where officials would have to evacuate the National Mall. It kind of looks a little bit more cleared out behind me. People have been slowly leaving the area. Unfortunately, you have to wait in a really long line to get into some of these events because you have to go through security. So I know people were standing in line for, over 2 hours to get into some of these festivities. So, of course, this is not what you want, to have to leave and then hopefully come back, stand in another line. It's really a big question mark for what the evening programming looks like from here. We were still anticipating a speech from President Trump. He was originally going to speak at about 9:45. That's probably going to be pushed back an hour, which could further push back the fireworks, which were already going to be getting off late at about 11 o'clock. So, hey, we might be celebrating America's 250th here on July 5th in the nation's capital. We'll see how the festivities end up from here.
All right. Well, Rebecca, I know we're checking in with you again at about 8:30, so we will look to you for updates. Thank you so much for this update, because I have to tell you, we were keeping tabs on that shot. We didn't see Air Force One at first. Our meteorologist said there were storms in the area, so now we are coming to everybody live with this update. Rebecca Castor, we'll talk to you again in just about an hour. Take care.
See you then.
All right, everyone, a big update there from Fox's Rebecca Castor. Weather starting to impact a lot of different celebrations, not only in the Washington, D.C. area, but here in Florida, too. We actually did get word that Jacksonville's fireworks were getting evacuated, that celebration up there, because of lightning. So we are going to keep a close eye on all of these different updates and bring you more information in real time. We quite literally just learned that with you, that the celebration on the National Mall, Salute to America 250, now everything pretty much getting postponed. So it doesn't look like President Trump will be speaking around 9:45. We'll touch base with Rebecca Castor in just a little bit for some more updates, again, in real time as we are streaming with you. That's the beauty of live news, everyone. All right, we're going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break, and when we return, we are going to head back on over to St. Pete. The 4th celebration getting underway as we speak, and weather should be okay for that one, but we'll check in with their media team after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Why don't we go to the live view? Yep, and play music.
All right, thanks for watching Fox 13 Plus, this special Saturday edition as we celebrate the 4th of July, or at least try to in some places. Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. that we just learned with you guys, talking to Fox's Rebecca Castor, who was live from the Great American State Fair. We did learn that the events that are taking place at the National Mall have been postponed, and people are being cleared out as we speak due to inclement weather. People were heading for the exits within the last 10 minutes. I'm actually scrolling through X, otherwise known or formerly known as Twitter, as I show this to you, and Fox's Bill Malugin actually said we've seen flashes of lightning and heavy gusts of wind. Heard one man say, quote, "We waited in line for 3 hours. What are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to go?" So again, this feed coming into you live from Washington, D.C. Salute to America, Freedom 250, postponed due to severe weather and storms in the area. I know that there are also going to be several storms popping up across the Tampa Bay area. Nash wrote saying we should be good in certain areas for fireworks celebrations to get underway. So what we are going to do now is we are going to check in with our friend Ferdian over in St. Petersburg, Florida. He is actually live at the St. Pete Pier right now, where the 4th celebration is getting underway. Ferdian, I feel like all we talked about the last half hour is inclement weather. How you guys doing out there? Ferdian, can you hear us okay?
Oh, yes, hello.
Hello. Tell us what's going on out there. You having fun?
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun. The sun is about to set. It's a lot cooler out here now, so a lot more fun, not as hot. So we have our 6th annual the 4th celebration and the St. Pete Pier. We've done this since the pier was open. We have, obviously at 9 o'clock we have fireworks, but we have a live band on stage. There was a water ski show earlier today, and there's one more band coming on in a little bit until the fireworks.
And how has the weather been out there, Ferdian?
It's been really good after noon. So you guys did forecast really correctly, where in the morning there was some storms rolling through, but after noon or so, there's no rain at all. It's clear, and it's been really hot.
I can imagine. I hope you are staying hydrated out there. Have you been talking to people? I know you guys got started I think, what was it, 4 o'clock? How are people enjoying themselves? What's the vibe so far?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people are here already. If you can see them behind me, there's a lot of people on the water. There's a lot of people on land. There's a lot of people on boats already. There's probably already, I would say, about 10,000 people here right now. And we're expecting about 30,000 today. So, and I spoke to a few of them, and we have some free water refills, so people can stay hydrated. So a lot of people are having fun, and this is their annual tradition, and we're happy to be the hosts of that.
I know, and a big year, America's 250th birthday. I know it's not. I have been out there myself with you guys when I used to work on Good Day Tampa Bay at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you guys were already hard at work. Can you talk about what it takes to put an event on of this scale when you've also just got, restaurants on the pier, people just doing their normal Saturday thing?
Yeah, no, 100%. The planning of this took several months, and we started loading in the event 3 days ago. So it took 3 full days of load-in and actual, getting tents and vendors and stage and, all of this power, sound, all that fun stuff. And this morning, actually, this day is one of our longest days. It will be, for my staff, it would be a 20-hour day today. We got in about 4:30 this morning because we had an annual St. Pete Pier run this morning. So there was 2,500 folks that ran a 4-mile course through the pier, through downtown St. Pete, and then so that event kicks off at 5 o'clock, and that event finished at 11, and then we flipped the whole event into party fireworks mode, basically.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ferdian, for checking in with us live here. I know you're busy, so we'll let you get back to work, and we're excited. We will actually be streaming your fireworks in just a little bit, so we're excited to see it.
Oh, very cool. Thank you. Thanks for Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. Stay cool out there. All right, everybody, a big thanks to Ferdian and his team. As he said, it takes a village to put on an event of this scale. So to be able to head out live and bring you some updates as people are having fun and trickling out to get a good spot for the fireworks, we love to do that if we're able to. All right, we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, a very long-standing tradition in New York happened just a couple of hours ago. It involves some hot dogs. We're going to talk live with our Fox 13's Sean Berry about the Nathan's hot dog eating competition. The female winner, actually from Tampa, and our boy Joey Chestnut, who was actually just on the No Off Days podcast with Chris Cato and Scott Smith. He is keeping his mustard belt for another year in a row. We'll talk about that when we come back. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us here on Fox 13 Plus. Look at this stunning shot as the sun sets over the Empire State Building. I know it was lit up blue yesterday for Travis and Taylor Swift's wedding. Actually, I wonder if she's going to be Taylor Kelsey now. We'll have to dig into that because I know the details are starting to trickle in about what the celebration ensued inside of Madison Square Garden. But there was another big event happening in New York today, specifically Brooklyn. Look at that. This is video from the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, one of the most unique 4th of July traditions out there. And this year, Tampa actually has another reason to brag. Competitive eating champion Mickey Sudo picking up her 12th pink belt today, while Joey Chestnut added yet another mustard belt. I love that. That's my favorite. to his collection. And our very own Fox 13 sports reporter, Sean Barry, I know it's not a sport you usually cover, but you were kind of keeping eyes on it. Hello, Sean. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to you as well. Yeah, it's one we cover at least once a year, and that is the extent of our knowledge of Major League eating, or, you know, these...
Major League eating.
These gluttonous gladiators, you could call them, yeah.
The glizzy gladiators.
The glizzy gladiators, I love it.
The term glizzy?
No, I don't, but gluttonous, I came up with that, and I was like, let's go with that one. But it's one of those traditions, you can't help it. What is it, you know, high noon, right there, what's the, you're from New York, tell me, what on Coney Island, the street, isn't it like Stillwater or something?
Oh, I should know. I work for the Brooklyn Cyclones.
I know, I feel bad for
forget.
putting you on the spot.
Coney Island Ave, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But it's one of those, you know, traditions where it's the 4th of July, you know it's on, you're going to watch some guy tear down near 70 hot dogs, and you're going to think, wow, I'm probably only going to get like 2 or 3 down today.
Right, I was going to ask you, do we know how many you think you could down?
If you're giving me 10 minutes, like they give them in the competition, and I would need like some different condiments. Like I can't just eat the same thing. I would need like one with mustard, one with ketchup, maybe put some sauerkraut on another one just to keep things interesting and fresh. I would say, and I'm being generous here, probably like 8 to 10. Nothing compared to
8 to 10. Wow, that's
in
impressive.
10 minutes. I mean, like if I was really trying and like I came in with an empty stomach, I feel like I could get down 8 to 10 hot dogs.
It freaks me out that they wet them to get them down easier.
That's disgusting.
It's too much.
I mean, they're trying to win the mustard belt, the pink belt. They aren't trying to go for flavor here. They are trying to eat as many hot dogs as possible. And Joey Chestnut, I think they said the math was 1 hot dog per 9 seconds today.
Yeah. I
think about that.
And he was actually just on no off days with Scott and Chris. Did you get a chance to meet him?
No, unfortunately, I was actually out of the office that day. I would have told him, you are my hero. No one eats hot dogs like you. But unfortunately, no, didn't have the chance to run into him.
I know. He's a really cool guy. I got a chance to kind of watch from afar. I think they were having some sort of cake eating competition, and he succeeded in that as well. I know he won today, but he didn't break his own record. So what are your thoughts on his performance?
Here's the thing. He doesn't need to break his own record. He won by, I think, 15.
Wow.
He didn't need to break his own record. And at that point, you're just going for style points. So if you don't need to eat 76 hot dogs, why would you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, what? Do we know the number that he ate?
66 today.
Okay, you said 66.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, and then we want to go on over to the women because the winner's from Tampa.
Yeah.
Mickey Sudo. Have you spoken to her before?
I have not had the pleasure of speaking to her or her husband, who is also from Tampa. He placed 5th today in the men's side of things.
Wow.
She ate.
Oh, so it's a couple thing.
It's a couple thing.
I didn't realize that.
By the way, yeah, she has the bragging rights because obviously she brings home the belt 12 of the last 13 years. But she only ate half a hot dog less than her husband today. So girl power right there. Yeah, she has won 12 of the last 13, as I mentioned, and she only did not participate in 2021 because she was pregnant. So I know they say you're eating for 2, but probably not a great idea to do something like the Nathan's hot dog eating competition if you are pregnant. Probably doctors would advise against that.
Can you imagine, okay, now that I'm learning about this is a couple competition, could you imagine what their date nights are like?
Hopefully, lots of calories.
Lots of
thousands and thousands of calories, and someone's ending the day going, you gonna finish that
She's
last
like,
bite?
I did it.
You gonna finish that last bite?
Right. They're probably like, first of all, we either don't want to eat tonight or we need pizza or something.
Or just something, yeah, exactly. We're just doing wings tonight. No hot dogs for the rest of the year.
Okay, so I've got a fun lightning round of questions for you.
Shoot.
Ketchup or mustard?
Oh, ketchup. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh, PA, so that is the birthplace of, Heinz 57 ketchup.
Fair.
So I had a T-shirt growing up with the logo and everything. It's ketchup all day.
I have to tell you, I loved ketchup, only ketchup at first, and then I moseyed my way on, because I'm from New York.
Okay.
It was just ketchup and mustard, or excuse me, ketchup on a hot dog, and then I mosey on down to Florida, and they put both.
Yeah.
On McDonald's
absolutely.
cheeseburgers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, on the hot dog, if you're asking me what's on my hot dog, it's ketchup, mustard, and sauerkraut.
Okay.
And a little bit of relish, too. But, like, I put both. But if you're asking me what I prefer, it's got to be ketchup.
Okay, and then better 4th of July food, hot dogs or hamburgers?
We are talking about the Nathan's hot dog eating competition.
I mean, it's okay.
Do we have a hamburger eating competition on the 4th of July? No.
I don't think so.
The answer is clearly hot dogs. Or if you really want to go this way, I know up in the Midwest, they're probably going to say brats.
I like brats.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, you know
A
what?
good
As a
brat.
New Yorker and an Italian, I'm a sausage and peppers kind of gal myself. That's what I
totally
look forward to.
understand that, yep.
And then, okay, last one. What type of food eating contest do you think you would do best in? Are we talking pie? Hot dogs.
Oh.
I used to work at a seafood restaurant on Long Island, and they had an oyster eating competition.
That would get, okay, I'm not a
Too
huge
much.
fan of oysters. Just, it's like the texture, it's a texture thing for me. I would probably say, give me like chicken wings or
okay.
something like
I
that,
like
especially
that.
because I know like there's different techniques to where you can basically just like eat it like a lollipop really fast. So give me a wing eating competition, because by the time I get down a good 20 or 30, I probably wouldn't even know how much I've eaten.
All right. We're going to maybe have to coordinate with Duff's or something.
Something.
Get you in the
Sponsor
the
us,
sports
give us
team,
some
a little
wings,
wing
yeah.
competition. Okay, well, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
joining us here about this very important topic.
Yes.
And speaking of hot dogs, I can guarantee you one woman who's being surrounded by a lot of hot dogs, a lot of great food. Fox 35 Orlando's Stephanie Buffamonte, she is actually joining us live, Sean, from Lake Eola in Orlando, where their fireworks celebration is supposed to get underway soon. Steph, how's it going?
Yes, and I will say I did already have a hot dog today, because what is more American than having a hot dog on the 4th of July? You can see we have music, a live orchestra getting ready to, and band getting ready to play some patriotic music for us. And I gotta show off one thing that I'm wearing. My USA earrings, and lots of people are decked out today.
How
I've made
cute are
some
you?
friends. Hello, woo! And look at them. Look how patriotic this beautiful family is.
I love it.
Okay, what are you most excited for? We know we have fireworks coming up soon. Is that what you're excited for?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fireworks. What does it mean to you to be here with your family for 4th of July?
So much.
So much. Wonderful. Okay, and you guys, I know you're visiting Orlando. What does it mean for you to be here surrounded by all these people celebrating America's 250th birthday?
We love it. We love America, and we love being free.
Wonderful. And what does 4th of July mean to you?
Freedom and family.
Oh, wonderful. Are you guys having fun
So
so far?
Oh my God, a blast. Absolute blast. So much fun.
Okay, what about you guys?
Love being here. We're so proud to be here.
And we are proud to be Americans on the 4th of July.
Hello, guys. Happy
Thank you,
4th.
guys. And Regina, it's so fun. I mean, we have the music going. We have the fireworks coming up. We have lots of food trucks. We have a variety of things. We have tacos. We have wings. We have a s'mores truck. And of course, like I said, we had hot dogs earlier. We're just having so much fun here at Lake Eola, and it's just been so wonderful. Hello.
Steph, I am so jealous. I love how much fun you're having out there. I have to tell you, though, we have been kind of getting these live updates as we've been streaming about weather affecting certain celebrations all across the East Coast. How is the weather for you guys right now over there?
Okay, so you could probably see my hair. It was curled earlier. It's frizzy now, and it is pretty serious, though, because now it's fine. Everything's great. But earlier today, there was a warning from the city saying, like, hey, seek shelter. There is lightning in the area. The rain was coming down. So at that point, that is actually when we met our hot dog friends, because we took cover in their food truck. So that is just so important, especially this time of year for everybody, especially us here in Florida. I know it's cheesy when you say it, but when thunder roars, go indoors, even if you're at an event that you've been looking forward to, because the weather is very serious and you don't want to put yourself in danger. Luckily, you could see it is dry now, ready to go for the fireworks, so the timing worked out pretty well. This event was from, I think, it started at 4 o'clock, goes until after the fireworks, which start at 9:10. And thankfully, it was raining around that 4 o'clock time, and then now things are clearing up, and you can see it is packed out here. Lots of people in red, white, and blue, excited for the 4th of July, America's 250th birthday, so it is definitely a special one.
Steph, thank you so much for showing us all of the fun here. And then, I'm sorry, forgive me if you mentioned this, but what time are your fireworks supposed to get started over there?
9:10.
Okay.
And thankfully, it seems like ours are going to go off without a hitch. I know that some things in our Central Florida area have been delayed because of the weather, but luckily right now things are good for us, and we're just excited.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, thank you so much for hopping on here on the Plus to talk all about it. We appreciate you. Happy 4th of July. Steph, hot dogs or hamburgers?
Happy 4th, Regina. Hot dogs. I mean, I feel like normally on any other given day, I would say I want a hamburger over a hot dog. But on the 4th of July, I don't know. There's just something so special about a hot dog.
I was listening to our friends over at Fox 5 DC. They had a guest on that says today is a bad day to be a hot dog, but a great day to be an American. And I think that's my favorite.
I love that sentiment. Bad day to be a hot dog, good day to be an American.
I love it. Stephanie Buffamonte with Fox 35 Orlando. Thank you so much. Happy 4th, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
All right, a big shout out to all of the news reporters, journalists working today, no matter what you do really, doctors, EMS, anything. I know that for some people it's just another day at work, so we commend you, and us here at Fox, we are having a great time bringing you all of the different coverage that we can in all the different places that we can. We are going to check on things over in Washington, D.C. really quickly. Because it looks like now I'm thinking that this is not okay. So yeah, it looks like this is from another vantage point on the National Mall where people must have kind of created their own area for things because we know the Great American State Fair, which we can bring you a live look at here. Let me do that right now. Look at that. It's empty. It was actually evacuated due to severe weather. So we're keeping a very close eye on whether or not things will get back in action. At this point, a lot of what was scheduled is postponed, including President Trump's remarks. He was supposed to give a speech on America's 250th birthday at about 9:45. So at this point, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least on time. So we are in touch with our team over in Washington, D.C. We're checking in with Rebecca Castor again at about 8:30. So we'll be sure to bring you any new info we can because I know a lot of you guys wanted to see this too. There was flyovers, there was music, live music, and lots more. So we'll get this back going as soon as everything is safe to do so over in our nation's capital. All right, guys, we are slowly approaching the top of the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break and we'll regroup when we come back. All right, everyone, we are back here on this special 4th of July edition of Fox 13 Plus as we honor America's 250th birthday. But, you know, as any party can come with some things that go wrong, it looks like America's 250th birthday party dealing with some inclement weather, not just in Washington, D.C., but here in the Tampa Bay area as well. And we'll get you updated on that in just a moment. But I keep updating you on this because a huge part of our coverage plan was to bring you a lot of what was happening in our nation's capital. I mean, what a better place to celebrate America 250 than Washington, D.C., but it does look like right now the Freedom 250 Salute to America celebration is on hold due to inclement weather. I'm actually on X right now, and the Freedom 250 official page said, quote, "The safety of our guests, performers, and staff is our top priority. Due to approaching severe storms, Freedom 250, United States Secret Service, Park Service, National Park Service, the list goes on and on, are asking all guests to evacuate event grounds and seek temporary shelter in a nearby building." So if you actually look at the grounds of the Great American State Fair on the National Mall, what was once packed just a couple of hours ago is now completely empty because of severe weather. They did say that available shelter locations are being offered at big name places like the Museum of American History, the National Museum of Natural History. So just really wild to see. But I mean, this is the point of live news, and really why we stream is to bring you these updates in real time. And continuing to do that, we actually want to go from a shot of Washington, D.C. out to a shot we have of Tampa Bay, and switch the lower on your screen there. We actually did just get word another part of our coverage plan was bringing you live events from Liberty by the Bay, which is the massive celebration taking place in downtown Tampa along the Hillsborough River. Well, that right now is on hold because of thunder. Oh, look at that. Look at this bug. Is that a hornet? Wow. Little live bug action on the camera there. Courtesy of our Sky Tower cam looking over downtown Tampa. But yeah, you can kind of see that it's a bit gray, a bit overcasty. Nash was on here not too long ago. Wow, this is wild. Not too long ago saying that we could see some severe thunderstorms just for a little bit. It was going to be kind of quick depending on where you lived. And he kind of said it was like a luck of the draw because they were kind of scattered. We were going to see who was going to get hit with some inclement weather, who wouldn't in the Tampa Bay area. We actually just, talking about the entire state, we know Jacksonville's celebrations were evacuated because of lightning. Over in Orlando, we just checked in with Fox 35 Stephanie Buffamonte. They were all good to go in Lake Eola, which is in the downtown Orlando area. So it's, Florida summertime, and unfortunately, a lot of people across the East Coast are experiencing some of what we kind of deal with, those summertime evening showers and thunderstorms that can get a little tricky and affect and postpone certain events. So we are continuing to keep a close eye on everything. I do want to actually, it looks like our friends over in Clearwater should be okay at least. So I'm always here in the morning, and I never get to take you to Clearwater when there's a sunset. So look how nice that is. I know there's going to be a celebration on the Pier fireworks over in the Clearwater Beach area. And that'll be a good time, and it looks like they are all set to get things going. You can kind of see people getting their spot on the beach. So again, live news, live updates here on this special edition of Fox 13 Plus. We will bring you all the weather updates. We may even try to have Nash Rhodes on here again to kind of help us sift through which places should be anticipating rain delays, which places should not be. But right now we are hearing that Liberty by the Bay is postponed. Or Mark Wilson, who is supposed to perform the Star Spangled Banner on guitar, he did say that it shouldn't affect the fireworks celebration, the drone show. I know there was even a water skiing show out there at one point, but he did give us an update as he was setting up that they were just told, hey, everybody's kind of going to take shelter right now because there are some thunderstorms passing over the area. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Wouldn't be a party if something didn't just go a little bit off track. So but we are here to bring the party to you. Hello, my name is Regina Gonzalez. If you are just joining our stream, I am your host and producer, celebrating America's 250th birthday with you live on Fox Local, fox13news.com, as well as Facebook and YouTube. And despite these rain delays, oh, look at this. Actually, here we go. This just popped up on what we call one of our channels coming in from our nation's capital. This is for the Freedom 250 Salute to America event, saying event delayed due to severe weather, postponed until weather passes. Go to the Freedom 250 social media for updates. So we are certainly going to keep a close eye on the Freedom 250 social media for any updates, and we will bring them to you here on Fox 13 Plus. We still have a lot of fun in store for you. In just a couple of minutes, we are actually going to check in live with Fox 13's Danielle Zukalski. She is out at the 4th, it's literally called the 4th celebration on St. Pete Pier. We just touched base with their media team about a half hour ago, and everything looked fine. So it looks like Pinellas County might be avoiding some of the harsh weather conditions that are supposed to pass pretty quickly. And it looks like Tampa might not be so lucky, but hopefully things at Liberty by the Bay will get underway quickly, or, as scheduled relatively soon. So we're going to touch base with Mark Wilson at some point. We actually have one of our producers out there streaming some of the celebrations back for us. And you guys don't always get to see our producers. So that's why I loved doing this, especially because our producer, one of our evening producers, Savannah Chandler, I find out a couple of weeks ago that she is a huge history buff. And at one point, she, even for her bachelorette celebration, before she got married, she had a theme as they went on the trip called the last weekend of independence. So she tells me she has this incredible George Washington costume. So we had George Washington, now we're going to call her, spit some fun facts for you. And we're going to do this throughout the course of the show because she was just blurting them out, along with Evan Axelbank, who we're going to have some reports from him coming up. He is also a major history buff. And they were just going back and forth with all these incredible facts. And I'm like, hey, we got to get these on the stream when we stream on 4th of July. So let's get fun fact number 1 from George Washington here.
Hey Regina, in honor of the country's 250th birthday, here's a presidential fun fact that you might not know. Did you know our first president, George Washington's teeth were not made out of wood? His famous false teeth were actually made from hippopotamus, ivory, brass, gold, and a combination of cow, horse, and real human teeth. Speaking of his teeth, he actually lost his first tooth at the age of 24 and was wearing full dentures by 57, which is the age he became our first president. Who would have thought? I'll send it back to you.
Who would have thought? Savannah, George, I didn't know that. That's actually, I promise. I know it's comical, but you're going to get some great information out of these fun facts. I love it. I love her. We'll have more of those throughout the course of the night. But now that we are slowly approaching 8:15, and that's when we're going to check in with Fox 13's Danielle Zukalski, we just talked about George Washington, but a couple of days ago, we brought you to an area of Florida. Actually, I believe this was the Villages. Wildwood, Florida, where Governor DeSantis unveiled a new statue of Abraham Lincoln, another one of our great presidents who I actually got to dress up as last night. I was even watching the Netflix documentary on Abraham Lincoln. He's got such an interesting background. So what we want to do is play for you Evan Axelbank, our other Fox 13 history buff. Let's play for you his latest report on the significance of Abraham Lincoln to the state of Florida, because who would have thought that there are correlations there?
All right. Abraham Lincoln was never in Florida, but the governor says he's the perfect president to honor because he had humble beginnings. Florida had humble beginnings too.
Abraham Lincoln knew that if he was remembered at all in history,
all right,
it would be for the Emancipation Proclamation. And that's exactly what's in his hand here.
Well, whatever we have, he had worse. We should put in perspective. I mean, he got elected president of the United States and half the country left.
That includes Florida, whose lawmakers were so worried that he would end slavery that they rendered it the third state to secede in 1861. Lincoln hadn't even been allowed on its presidential ballot. Today, his likeness stands over the state in honor.
At the beginning of a second term, obviously tragically assassinated, and it cut short his life, but it hasn't cut short his legacy. His legacy is enduring.
In celebrating the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the governor has included Lincoln in a bevy of statues that he's unveiled. George Washington in Tallahassee, James Madison on Big Bend.
Oh, yeah.
And Calvin Coolidge in Polk County. It's an effort to celebrate America and make Floridians more aware of what historical figures actually did.
He was largely self-taught, which is really remarkable.
Only 140,000 lived in Florida while Lincoln was president, including 60,000 slaves. DeSantis praised Lincoln for his perseverance in fighting the 1857 Dred Scott decision, which outlawed black citizenship and allowed for the further spread of slavery. Lincoln understood that even a Supreme Court decision need not be final, that it takes work to lawfully see the unjust overturned.
Secession was seen until the Civil War as a legitimate way of solving political differences. And Lincoln, at the beginning of the war, really wanted to assert that the Union was binding.
Lincoln was never here, but he did understand Florida's strategic import. He pushed for Union success in Pensacola and in Key West, given they were critical ports. Lincoln suspended habeas corpus in Florida to make it easier to capture Confederates. Therefore, Lincoln was not well loved in Florida, at least not yet.
Lincoln, again, was a divisive figure in 1860, but now, given the passage of time, he's seen as somebody who was unifying in many ways.
Turns out Lincoln was slightly off about one thing. He'd be remembered for the Emancipation Proclamation, yes, but also for a lot more, even in a state that once shunned him.
He's in a very, very rare echelon in American history, and now we'll always have this here to be able to pay proper respects.
The governor says there are more statues he's going to be unveiling during the rest of this year. Those include Andrew Jackson and Ponce de Leon, the first European to visit Florida. Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
All right, thank you, Evan Axelbank, for that very interesting report. All right, everyone, we're going to take our first commercial break of the 8 o'clock hour, but don't you worry, we've got much more in store for you coming up here on this special 4th of July edition of Fox 13 Plus. We are going to head back out on over to St. Petersburg and check in with our very own Danielle Zukowski from the 4th celebration that is getting underway at the Pier. Everything looking pretty A-OK for that celebration to get underway as scheduled, because Liberty by the Bay, we know, has been on a little bit of a storm delay. So live updates coming at you after this.
Okay, now we're good. This is a mic check. Hello, Regina. We're here at the Pier. Love and life. Copy.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being with us here on Fox 13 Plus on your Fox local apps, fox13news.com, as well as Facebook and YouTube. I was not anticipating on bringing you some of these updates live. We just, you go into a stream thinking everything's going to go as planned, and unfortunately that's not the case for several 4th of July celebrations happening not only here in Florida but across the nation. We can give you a look right now over our downtown Tampa city skyline. Liberty by the Bay, which is taking place on Hillsborough River at Julian B. Lane Park. That is on hold right now. We've been in touch with our crew on the ground there, and they are saying we're hoping that this is just because of a storm that is going to pass really quickly. The drone show and the fireworks not expected to get underway for about another 45 minutes. So we're hoping that everything will be okay. What does seem okay, though, thankfully, is the 4th celebration that is taking place on the Pier in St. Petersburg. That is where our very own Fox 13's Danielle Zukalski is joining us live from now. Danielle, how you doing?
Well, Regina, we're lucky. We have dodged the rain over here so far, and I would like to keep it that way. It is a little bit warm, a little bit muggy, but let me tell you, the weather is better than it can be expected for Florida at this time of year. So we're happy. You can see all these people behind me. Take a look at all the people lined up. We're on the pier in the area where we're kind of staking out our spot to actually do our live stream of the fireworks tonight. People are waving. People are happy to see us, but it is really filling out. A couple hours ago, this whole area was empty, and now people are claiming their spots. If you go even further in on the pier, there are just so many more people on the beach, in the splash pad, in the festival, just really getting ready to go. There are a ton of boats out here. They have also staked out their spots, but this is also where they're going to be setting the fireworks off from in this area. So people know that this is the best place to see stuff. We have people across the bay even sitting out. So, what I've learned today is that actually they expect 30,000 people to come to this event.
Wow.
So I think we're just getting started. We have 45 more minutes here before it starts. So that's 45 more minutes to get a lot more people in here.
I know. And I didn't even think about it. I mean, it's so Florida-centric, really, when you can watch fireworks from your boat. I didn't think about all the boats that would be packing the area.
I know, I didn't even know that was allowed, but I mean, if I had a boat and didn't have to be near all the crowds, I would probably be on it too. But instead, I'm here talking to you, which is, just as fun, I think, as being out on the boat. But it looks like all those people are having fun.
I know, I think we all wish we were on a boat right now, but so happy to be talking to you, my love. I know you've been talking with some people out there. How are they enjoying things? What's kind of the vibe check?
Well, everyone's been having a lot of fun. Everyone was really hot when we were talking to them around 4 p.m., but it has really cooled off, so they're really thankful to be here. Even if the bugs don't want to get out of my face here, people are really happy to be here. They're looking forward to this fireworks show because it's supposed to be better than ever, considering it's America's 250th birthday, and it's supposed to be a little bit bigger this year, so people know that this is one of the best fireworks shows around. That's why it draws in so many people to St. Pete. So people are really looking forward to see what they can actually pull out this year to celebrate America's birthday.
I love it. I love it so much. And I mean, what are your kind of feelings on America 250, Danielle? I know we're working, but at least we're having fun doing it.
I know. I mean, I love being here. That's the best part of this job, is that I get to do fun things at this job, like coming to a 4th of July festival 2 days in a row. Who else gets to do this and say, I got paid to be at the 4th of July festival? I mean, I love it here. I love this country. I love that we get to celebrate America 250. It's such an exciting time to be here and really just celebrate everything our country stands for and all that, like the First Amendment. We're journalists, so that's one of the best things for us, and I'm so glad and lucky that I get to be here and have this job and celebrate America 250 this year.
I know. I love, freedom of the press, right? The First Amendment and being with you on the 4th. Exactly. Okay, so I want to ask you what the food situation has been like out there, and I'll kind of go into more why after this. What has it been looking like out there?
Well, first of all, it smells like hot dogs. So it is really the 4th of July. But take a look over here all of those tents and trucks and everything are part of the festival. There's a ton of food options. We were walking around in there earlier, and there are so many businesses here set up ready to sell food to people. Plus, all the restaurants out here on the pier are also packed. There's live music on the pier, and then additionally, some of the restaurants have their own music. So people have been having a great time. There's slushies and drinks and all sorts of fun things. And I've been seeing, the most thing I've been seeing people eating is the slushies and the Italian ice and the Polish water ice and everything they have to offer because it's so hot. And, you know, I really wish I could join them, but I don't want my tongue to turn blue because, you know, I have to do this, so I can't have a blue tongue for this, but maybe afterwards. I'm going to join them.
That adds to just the fun here, right? Okay, so I ask you this because I was talking to Sean Barry not too long ago. We were talking about the Nathan's hot dog eating competition, and I asked him what his favorite 4th of July food is. So I'm going to ask you that too now.
Oh, a hot dog. I mean, it smells like hot dogs. I can't stop thinking about them. I mean, the second we're done here, I think I'm going to have to go find myself one because it's so good. Hot dogs are one of my favorite foods ever. And so they're also one of my sister's favorite foods. So shout out to my sister. We love eating hot dogs together. Whenever we're together, we make her husband grill us up some hot dogs on the grill, which, you know, 4th of July tradition or just sister reunion tradition, I don't know which is better. But, you know, any opportunity to eat a hot dog is a good day for me.
I was telling Stephanie Buffamonte in Orlando, Danielle, that I was listening into Fox 5's in DC's live stream, and they said today is a bad day to be a hot dog, but a great day to be an American. And I'd say that's pretty on point.
It is a bad day to be a hot dog. All the hot dogs need to watch out.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, well, Danielle Zukowski, thank you so much for joining us. I know you guys got to get a good spot to stream those fireworks back, so we will let you go. And we'll check in with you guys again soon.
Thanks so much. Have fun, Regina.
Thanks. You have fun out there too, girl. Get yourself a slushie. It's okay if you have a blue tongue. Take care. All right, everyone. Okay, you may have seen me. Sorry, I always say, you know, I control this show with my buttons. I'm pressing the wrong buttons because we got so many different people joining the stream right now. So we just touched base with Fox's Danielle Zukowski out in St. Pete at the 4th celebration on the pier, set to get underway. So we are going to stream those fireworks back for you. But we've also been keeping a very close eye on Liberty by the Bay, which is happening in Tampa. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to check in with our team on the ground there, which includes Fox 13's Mark Wilson, because he's supposed to perform the Star Spangled Banner. So we'll take this break and we'll touch base with them when we come back. Stay with us. Okay, everyone, we are continuing on here on this special 4th of July stream here on Fox 13 Plus. Thanks so much for being with us. We are working to get in touch with Mark Wilson and our crew over at Liberty by the Bay because there is so many people there. The service to get him on Zoom has been a little spotty, so we are in constant communication with them, and we're going to try to get a live report from them very soon. But this is actually a now remaining flyovers canceled. Please depart event site. Okay, so this is the stream from the America 250 celebration that is taking place in D.C. There was a lot planned. There was flyovers planned, live music, the whole shebang. President Trump also expected to give remarks, but due to inclement weather within the last hour, everybody had been evacuated. And we actually were able to break that news to you live here on the stream thanks to Fox's Rebecca Castor, who is actually joining us live once again with some more updates. Rebecca, just so sad to see almost because I know that so many people were looking forward to this. I see a rain. Is it raining right now? How you doing?
Hey, Regina. Yeah, it's so disappointing for all of the people that have worked so hard, really for over the last year now to bring this event tonight. We are hoping that it is still going to be able to happen. Where we are right now, a lot has changed since I last talked to you an hour ago. We are at the Great American State Fair. We have our tarp here behind me because we're bracing for some storms possibly very soon. But it is completely evacuated now. When we were talking about an hour ago, officials were still trying to clear them all, but between law enforcement and the National Guard, they were able to clear this out completely within an hour, less than an hour, really. So right now we're on standby. We are told that everybody that already went through security at the Salute to America event, that is DC's main event tonight where President Trump will be speaking, the people that made it through the security over there, they were brought to designated shelters. There are several federal buildings that are open that Secret Service is guiding people to. So we're taking that as a good sign that they probably will not have to go through security again once the storms pass, and hopefully events will be able to resume. So that's a good sign for all the people that still need to make it through security tonight, waiting for the all clear to be given. Still no clear indication yet on when things might get underway here tonight. There was a large list of events and performances planned on the National Mall. President Trump is still planning to speak later tonight. We're told his speech is going to be very unique and unlike any other speech he's ever given before. So I think a lot of Americans are really curious to hear what the president has to say tonight on America's 250th birthday. But for now, we are at the mercy of the weather.
I know, and I know you guys had kind of been at the mercy of the weather regardless before these storms because it has just been so hot out there as well, right?
Oh, yeah, it's been a scorcher here, Regina, and I'm from Florida. I grew up in Lakeland, and so many people out here today were trying to tell me, oh, you're from Lakeland, you should be used to this. Absolutely not. This is a heat unlike any other heat I have felt before. I was surprised, actually, by how many people, though, still came out and were braving the temperatures. We've been here at the Great American State Fair for several days over the last week. It opened up last Thursday, and today was the most packed I've ever seen it. Talking to people, you know, they had their fans. They were getting plenty of water. Event organizers were giving out free water here, and there were cooling stations, misting stations. So everybody was really putting on a happy face and just, you know, going with the flow. And just, even though they were uncomfortable, they were excited to be here in the nation's capital for this historic event. Hopefully, their travels were not in vain and that there will still be able to be a spectacular event put on later tonight.
I know, and you know what? I actually have to, I know you can't see it, Rebecca, but we are also getting some, ooh, I didn't mean to take that. Very sorry about that. Hello, guys. We are taking some different shots in from Arlington, Virginia, I believe. So other people that I guess just kind of created a spot to watch the spectacular from the river. Or across the river, I should say. So you got everybody kind of just hanging on right now, hoping for some sort of show.
Right, and we were already expecting to have a late night here in D.C. The fireworks were being set off later than they ever have before just because of all of the grand performances and speeches that were planned. President Trump was going to be the last to speak, and he wasn't expected to take the stage until close to about 9:45, and we know the president can be a little long-winded, so we weren't expecting fireworks until about 10:30 or 11 p.m. Not sure if that is still going to be the time frame for tonight. We are hearing they might cancel some speeches, some performances to try to get things sped up and stay to the original schedule. But we might be having a fireworks show in D.C. actually on July 5th, whether it's, after midnight tonight or if things really go south here and we have to reschedule for tomorrow night.
All right. Okay. So, might have to celebrate a little later, but again, at least we get to continue the party somehow. I was joking before that it wouldn't be some sort of great party if at least one little thing didn't go wrong. So, Rebecca Castor, thank you so much. I forget you're from Lakeland. Never did I think that Florida would be the safer place to be.
I might have lost you, Regina.
Oh, so sorry. Rebecca, can you hear me?
Okay, I got you now.
Okay, I was saying, I forget that you're from Lakeland, and who would have thought that Florida would be the safer place to be heat-wise than other parts of the country in the middle of the summer?
Yeah, who can imagine? I will say, shout out to Florida. Their state booth here, extremely impressive. There has been a long line at the Florida State booth every day of this state fair, and not all the states have a line, so that is pretty impressive. They got, it's orange scented when you walk in. They have a great sculpture of a manatee. They're giving out stuffed animals. I know some people have gotten stuffed manatees, some people have gotten stuffed alligators, so they're really doing a good job showing the best of the state for all of the people that have come from all over the country to this event.
Oh, I love that. I love that. A little piece of Florida in our nation's capital at the Great American State Fair. Well, Rebecca, we will let you go. We will let you stay dry. Thank you so much for these live updates. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll get some fireworks and some stuff going soon.
Yes, happy 4th.
Happy 4th, girl. All right. A huge thank you to Rebecca Castor. Really, I mean, if we didn't touch base with her about an hour ago, we wouldn't have found out as quickly that some of those events were getting postponed due to weather. So really appreciate her and all of her information and insight. And a Florida girl, a Tampa Bay girl, our girl Rebecca from Florida, touting the Florida exhibit at the Great American State Fair. How fun is that? She's the best. Okay, guys, we are going to take another break. I do believe that Mark Wilson and our crew at Liberty by the Bay have found some good service, and we're going to check in with them to get an update on that. Hopefully not too much more of rain delays. We're actually going to take a live look really quickly at our Tampa cam. It doesn't even look like it's actually raining outside. Lots more to come, lots more live updates. Stay with us. All right, guys, welcome back to Fox 13 Plus, a special Saturday edition of Fox 13 Plus, because it is the 4th of July. It is America's 250th birthday. Couple of celebrations, getting a little rain delayed and severe weather impacting certain things, not only in parts of Florida, but across the nation. We were just touching base with Fox's Rebecca Castor in Washington, D.C., where the National Mall has been evacuated because of severe weather in the D.C.-Baltimore area. So everything postponed right now. I do believe we have a good update, though. So you saw the little fun fact from George Washington. I was mentioning our lovely producer, Savannah Chandler. Well, she is actually joining us live right now from Liberty by the Bay in downtown Tampa, where, Savannah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think things should be getting started soon. Everything back to normal?
Things seems to be great. Hey, Regina, thanks for having me. We had a little bit of technical problems. We had a little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning, but we're good to go. We're all back out here. Let me just, hang on, let me move my camera. Let me just show you. Look at all these people. Look, I got here at 5, and there were some people. It is crowded now. You got a beautiful sunset. Got some music playing. I saw Mark Wilson. He's ready to go. He's going to go here in about 15 minutes. So we're going to run out to the car, go get our chair so we can be ready to go for that. But we are here. Beautiful sunset. Just awesome. Just an awesome day. Awesome. Happy 4th. Look, I've got George Washington on my shirt. I don't know if you can see it, but he's there.
I love it. I love it. No, you've been doing a great job, Savannah. We already introduced you as George Washington. We're going to have another little fun fact here in a minute. But, I mean, we've kind of been keeping people posted as the hours have gone on. Talk to me about what had happened out there. A little bit of a scare with the weather, but how are you guys kind of updated in real time?
You know, everything's still been going on. You know, we saw the water skiing show on the water. It was awesome. Everything was good. We did hear thunder and lightning. We saw it kind of in the distance. And so me and my family, who's here with me here, like, let me show them. Let me give them a shout out. They're here
hi, guys.
We kind of made the decision, hey, let's go sit in the car for a minute. So we went to the car, got some AC, drank some water, and just kind of waited about 20 minutes. And, you know, we kind of just saw the clouds slowly move away. And so we went, okay, let's go back out. So now we're back out here. And I'm so glad we're back out here because it is beautiful. There's so many people. We're just having an awesome time out here, Regina. Awesome time.
I feel like it's the best when it gets a little stormy out, gets a little spooky, and then it just turns into an incredible sunset. Looks like that's what's happening out there.
You know, when we got here, I was like, look, it's hot. You know, I'm from Tennessee, so living here in Florida is a major shockwave. So I was a little nervous. I drank some water. I was ready to go. But, you know, it really didn't get that hot. We kind of had a cloud for a little while, and then now the sun's kind of gone down. So now we're in some good shape. We're cooking with oil, as you know, some people say. We're cooking with oil.
You are cooking with oil. We keep saying today, my favorite quote of the day is, it's a bad day to be a hot dog, but it's a great day to be American.
Absolutely. I had one hot dog today. I've had one. It's a bad day to be a hot dog.
It is a bad day. Well, we hope you have so much fun out there. Thank you so much for heading out there. I know that this streaming videography work is not your typical forte, so thank you for learning all the roles to be able to bring us live updates from Liberty by the Bay. We'll let you go to your car and get your chairs, and hopefully we'll see Mark perform relatively soon.
Oh, yeah, we're ready to go. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Savannah, thanks. Give my love to the fam. We'll check in soon. Big shout out to Savannah. Listen, we found out she was a history buff. We made her dress up as George Washington. She's doing the fun facts, and then she offers to work the 4th of July to go out there and stream from Liberty by the Bay for us. So she has been doing the most. We are so appreciative of her. And as we continue on with some more fun facts from Savannah Chandler, a.k.a. George Washington, here's another one for you.
Hey, Regina, here's another presidential fun fact in honor of our country's 250th birthday. Did you know George Washington is credited with delivering the shortest presidential inaugural address in U.S. history? It was during his second term in office on March 4th, 1793, and was just 135 words. In contrast, The longest speech was given by President William Henry Harrison in 1841 and was 8,443 words. It took nearly 2 hours to deliver in the freezing rain. Talk about breaking the ice. See you in a bit.
I'm obsessed with her. She's the best. Another amazing fun fact about George Washington. While she's dressed as George Washington, doesn't get any better than that. Talking about patriotism here in Tampa, we checked in at the very beginning of our stream with a gentleman who completely decked out his house in America 250 decorations, including a Statue of Liberty, quite literally, a statue of Lady Liberty in front of his house in St. Pete. You are highly recommended to go and check this out. I'm actually I don't have it right in front of me, but I'm gonna find you his address because he was like, hey, put my address out there, tell people to drive by. He painted stars on his lawn, so that was cool. But one Tampa realtor celebrating the place he calls home by preserving its story in a digital love letter to the Bay Area with nearly 60 neighborhoods, each with its own history and its own song. Let's listen to that, please.
And for Ignacio Tarano, there's no place he'd rather be.
I'm getting goosebumps as we're talking about this. Tampa is a community of culture. It's different cultures, it's different ethnicities.
His family's Tampa story started when his father migrated from Cuba to Ybor City in 1971, a route that would grow into a lifelong love for the city. Graduating from Plant High School, then USF, and now things are coming full circle with his son.
I went to preschool at Palmacia Methodist on Beta Bay and Del Mabry. My son now goes to Palmacia Methodist. I actually used my yearbook picture as the entry application.
As a realtor, he knows the city and its unique neighborhoods like the back of his hand.
As we're getting ready for 4th of July and the 250th anniversary, I was thinking, like, what could I do that would be really cool to give to the Tampa community, to show them the history, the culture, what makes Tampa.
Turning to local resources to learn more. What he found, he shared in his blog and took things a step further, creating an anthem for each neighborhood.
Used this program called Suno, S-U-N-O.
Now, the site includes 58 communities, from University Square to Davis Islands.
Call it Davis Islands, made the vision clear. The hook there is you don't need a car. You need a golf cart living in Davis Island.
And for South Tampa's new suburb, Beautiful, it's the song You Get a Tree.
70 years ago, this lady door to door, 400 homes, walked around, gave everybody a tree. Every neighbor took the tree, and that is why new suburb Beautiful has so many oak trees.
Integrating his own community, Port Tampa, with mention of a neighborhood staple, Bell's Pizza Kitchen.
You know, it was just a source of pride to hear, put to words, things that we get to experience in our community every day.
There's still work to be done, with more than 40 neighborhood stories unwritten. But Tarano says every new chapter brings him back to the same idea, that Tampa is more than a place on a map. Jennifer Vaglis, Fox 13 News.
Wow, what a passion project. I love it. They're pretty catchy. I'm going to have to listen to some of those myself. Got to get that playlist. But big shout out to Jennifer Vaglis for getting that really cool localized America 250 angle as we celebrate America's 250th birthday. Speaking of, we are going to head back out live right now to a vantage point we have from the St. Pete Pier. Looks like that service might be getting a little spotty. Danielle Zukowski and our videographer Jackson out there awaiting the fireworks to start in about 25-ish minutes. So really cool to see everybody just enjoying their time on the pier, packing the pier to get a good spot. So our plan is right now, kind of my little plan of action, is to take a live stream of Liberty by the Bay in Tampa. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you Mark Wilson's performance of the Star Spangled Banner because he is just so talented. And it was a really funny story how he got dubbed for this. I think he was politely cornered by Mayor Jane Castor herself and Chief Lee Burkaw to do this performance, because he's done it at Rowdy's games before, and he has the Wilson van, his group with his brothers. It's just awesome. So we are hoping we'll get that. We'll bring the drone show from Liberty by the Bay in Tampa, and then we're gonna doot on over to the St. Pete Pier for the St. Pete Pier fireworks. So that may change. Clearly a lot has been changing over the course of the last hour and 45 minutes, but hey, that's streaming, that's live television. We are rolling with the punches, and to give you an update still as we keep a close eye on Washington, D.C., this slate from the Freedom 250 Salute to America stream still saying flyovers canceled, please depart the event site. But I mean, what a sight here, especially now that it's gotten dark out. This is a vantage point from technically over the river in Arlington, Virginia. But what a sight now that it's lit up. We are so hopeful, and you know, we see some fireworks out there yonder behind the Capitol building. So maybe somebody got a little fireworks in there, but it looks like, let me see, we may not take a break. Hang on. Savannah Chandler bringing us out to Liberty by the Bay as performances get started. Let me raise the volume here, guys.
As someone with 7 generations of service in my family, this flag means everything to me, and I know it means a lot to each and every one of you. As we celebrate our founding fathers for their incredible courage 250 years ago to fight for independence against Britain, and to think of all of those over many, many years who have sacrificed to protect our families here at home. My great uncle was among the very first to land on Normandy Beach 82 years ago on D-Day. So I know what it means to sacrifice, and I know many of you as well have friends, families, or neighbors who have sacrificed as well in the name of America. I normally speak from the anchor desk at Fox 13, but tonight I'm going to speak with my hands. So ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able. This is for all of those who seek liberty, freedom, and justice for all.
All right, everyone, here we go. A performance by our own Mark Wilson. All right, everyone. So I do hate to interrupt in the middle of Mark's Star Spangled Banner rendition, and I would not normally do this, but as you could hear the feed, because of the service and how many people are out there, the audio not coming through. So what we're going to do is Mark was actually so kind enough to record a small version of it in our studio. So unfortunately, I'm so sad that we are not able to hear him right now, but here is what it would sound like if the audio was cooperating. Oh, we love Mark. We are definitely going to keep tabs on the feed coming in from our producer on the ground there. We're going to step away for a quick 2-minute commercial break. We'll regroup. We are slowly approaching the top of the 9 o'clock hour, which means fireworks are going to be getting underway shortly. So stay with us, everybody. And while we wait, I do believe, speaking of glorious sunsets and red, white, and blue, a look at the fabulous Sunshine Skyway Bridge on the 4th of July night that we are celebrating, all lit up red, white, and blue for America's birthday. We'll be right back. Another thing we wanted to do for you on this special rendition of Fox 13 Plus, play some music, old patriotic music, just over these beautiful shots of different areas in Tampa Bay. There's a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, lit up red, white, and blue. Just such a sight. I could stare at that all day. And then we can head on over to the St. Pete Pier, where people have their different light up bracelets. Is that what? Look at those little light up toys. Everyone being really patriotic out there, waiting for the fireworks to get started. And then any moment now, we are on standby for Liberty by the Bay, an exciting drone show getting underway in Tampa, downtown Tampa, which I do believe we still have a vantage point of the downtown city skyline. The weather cooperating for the most part. We've been checking in with our producer, Savannah Chandler, who is on the ground with her family trying to live stream as much of it back as she can. We are going to take the city's live stream so you really get that great view come 9 o'clock. So we are just minutes away at this point from a really spectacular show, and we have certainly been rolling with the punches here on Fox 13 Plus as weather has impacted all sorts of events taking place across the nation. I do believe, and I'm trying to actually, let me go ahead and check X really quickly, because the Freedom 250 Salute to America event, which was set to have all sorts of elements to it out in our nation's capital, that has been evacuated. All of the people that were gathered at the Great American State Fair on the National Mall, that event was evacuated due to severe weather. So I'm checking right now. It said President Trump's chief protocol is basically evacuating everybody due to lightning strikes in the area, with safety obviously as a top priority. We've also been keeping tabs on some of the reporters who are out there live right now. Bill Malugin, Rebecca Castor, who we've spoken to a couple of times here on the stream. Not too many updates within the last hour besides the fact that they are still hoping, they said even if it's technically July 5th, and we get these fireworks underway, they are still hoping they can give people a celebration in honor of America's 250th birthday. We know President Trump was expected to give a pretty, what is being described as a different kind of speech. I mean, I know obviously he's famous for talking for a while in his different speeches, but I think he had some fun stuff planned due to it being America's 250th birthday. So we'll be eager to see when that happens. We'll continue to keep you updated with live updates from, and you know what? You can see some fireworks in the distance behind the Capitol building there. So hopefully things don't get delayed too much longer on the National Mall, but actually that looks like some fireworks going off out yonder in the distance. I should add that this particular shot is across the river from the National Mall in Arlington, Virginia, technically. So nice wide view of our nation's capital. So again, we are keeping a very close watch on whether or not things get underway soon. But thank you so much for joining us here. We are approaching the top of the 9 o'clock hour, guys. So fireworks, drone shows, different elements here in the Tampa Bay area, different events they have been underway since about 4 o'clock. I mean, people have been gathered for quite some time at all of these different celebrations. But if you chose to stay home, maybe you're having a party, maybe you just want to stay in the air conditioning and have a nice drink, have a hot dog. That has been a huge theme of our show, hot dogs. Bad day to be a hot dog. We hope that you are having a great 4th of July evening. Thank you so much for spending it with me and all of our team here at Fox 13. So what we're going to do is I am going to play for you a really, really wonderful piece. So we were in the Liberty by the Bay segment. They gave a special shout out to our veterans and military members, servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice. So as America celebrates 250 years of independence, we must remember that freedom has come at a cost. At Florida National Cemetery in Bushnell, that sacrifice is on display truly in every row and is part of our Celebrating America 250 special that you may have checked out over on our stream and on cable. One of our, team members was able to go out there and speak to the men and women who made America's 250th possible. So really special piece that I want to play for you here as we await some events to get started.
It's like each section has its own life. It's peaceful. It's serene. That's what this place is.
Can I help you?
I'll go look up somebody on the thing.
Come over here and I'll help you.
I enjoy volunteering here because it's a chance for me to help veterans and their families. It was a wonderful service.
Thank you.
I want our veterans to get what they deserve. They've worked, they've given up. People have no idea what actually they have given up. And to me and to Fred, this is our way of giving back to those brothers and sisters in uniform. And we will do anything to try to help them.
Do you need anything?
Do you know what his middle initial is?
They come here to locate family members, loved ones, friends that they are here that they can find and may not be able to on their own.
And so columbarium 3 is right over here.
29. I have a golf cart available, and if someone is disabled or can't get around real well, I will take them to the gravesite.
Where'd you come up here from?
If you have any trouble, come back here. I'll make sure you get there.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for your service, too.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I do it to pay back, to show to veterans and their families that they matter, that their service mattered, that they matter now, and that they're important.
Some of the people, they left. They never saw their families again, their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their children. They may not have even seen their children born.
There is something different about the services here. The people respect the people that come here. They owe a debt of gratitude to those people. Like I say, we had the 4 Medal of Honor recipients. Here's 2 of them, and their lettering is in gold on the stone instead of black. The reason I think this place and others like it should be celebrated is because without these people lying here, we wouldn't have a 250th anniversary of America. And these people should always be remembered, but on the 250th anniversary, I think it's extra important that we pause and remember those people.
Absolutely, and we hope that you take time to pause and remember all who have made the ultimate sacrifice. All right, it's like nothing was getting started, and now everything is getting started. So what we're going to do now is we are going to head out to Liberty by the Bay. We've officially got the drone show starting here on Fox 13 Plus. So we also can give you a really quick look too. We've got fireworks taking place on the St. Pete Pier. And then we even have a look at the fireworks that are taking place in Lake Eola. I think those are expected to get started in about 5 minutes. So lots of different things happening. And then we're also getting word that the show in Washington, D.C., the live stream coming back up. So things getting underway. The weather just letting us celebrate America's 250th birthday. Let's get out to the drone show in Tampa, everyone. Look at how amazing this is. All right, everyone, I hope you have been enjoying this amazing drone show from the city of Tampa down at Liberty by the Bay. It looks like it is going to be wrapping up soon, or their stream may have frozen a little bit. So what we are going to do is we are actually going to head out live right now. I wish you could see the channels that we are monitoring right now, because all of a sudden all of them exploded into color due to fireworks. So we're actually going to head out live right now and watch the city of St. Pete. These have been happening for about 10 minutes now, so we could be catching the tail end of it. But don't worry, we got plenty more places to go if this wraps up. So we are now in St. Petersburg, the 4th celebration fireworks getting underway. has been enjoying the 4th fireworks display over the St. Pete Pier. Absolutely spectacular. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but we have so many different fireworks going on that at this point, we're going to kind of bounce around and take you to a bunch of different celebrations. So really quickly, we do have Tampa getting underway at Liberty by the Bay, but I am hearing that the Macy's Day fireworks over in New York City are just a spectacular sight. This is always such an incredible professional display that they put on. It looks like the feed might be a little wonky. If it doesn't, okay, here we go. We'll stay in New York for just a moment, and then we'll bring it on over to Tampa. But always have to get the Macy's fireworks for a little bit if we can. Popping on over to New York City a little bit for the Macy's 4th of July fireworks. Unfortunately, this feed is not really great. So what we're going to do is we'll just leave and go somewhere else, and we will actually head back on over to the city of Tampa because their fireworks celebration underway right now, and it is also just an incredible sight. Let's listen in. dancing around across the Bay Area and across the nation as America 250 fireworks displays are going off. Quite literally going off. We are going to depart the city of Tampa and their live feed, and we are actually going to head out live right now to Lake Eola. This is in downtown Orlando. We were kind of watching these from the side of our eye, and we were like, wow, these are just incredible too. All around, 10 out of 10. Here's more from Lake Eola in Orlando. Look at this. That may have been the end of the Lake Eola fireworks out of downtown Orlando, but it does look like the city of Tampa, their stream still doing strong out after the drone show, so why don't we go there? But first off, before we go there, let me see what this downtown city skyline looks. Look at all the fireworks above the city of Tampa. How beautiful is that? Let's head back out live to the feed of the fireworks outside of Julian B. Lane Park. Looks like we might be getting a little finale. Maybe not. Let's listen in. Liberty by the Bay and that glorious finale. We are continuing to, with the press of my buttons here, go all across the nation as fireworks celebrations are officially underway, and St. Pete actually did end. We popped on back over to Tampa. It looks like that has just wrapped up, but what I thought was the downtown Orlando fireworks ending appears to have just been a quick little break. So here is Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. Back with the, oh, excuse me, you know what, this is actually, so Lake Eola did end, but we were getting two different feeds from our friends at Fox 35 Orlando. So this is actually Star Spangled Sanford in Sanford, Florida. How gorgeous is this? Let's listen in. Let's listen into some music, enjoy the sights, enjoy the sounds, and thank you so much for celebrating America's 250th birthday with us here on Fox 13 Plus. As we go to Sanford, it looks like that fireworks display ended. So what we are going to do is we are going to head back on over to New York City. Let me see, did the Macy's fireworks display end? Oh, it looks like we're getting some sound on what people thought about the Macy's fireworks. Let's listen in live.
So the quantity, the diversity of the types of fireworks, I mean, it's incredible. Some of these fireworks I've never seen before. Like, I watch in videos and we learn about them, but it's like, woohoo! So Macy's went all out.
Worth it coming from all the way from Colorado.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Gave us insight about fireworks, Noel.
Okay, everybody, and now we are looking as people step away from the New York City harbor, the Macy's fireworks display. I swear, as quickly as they all start and they're on at the same time, then they all end at the same time. It looks like basically all the fireworks displays that we were monitoring have officially ended. Quick update, though, from the National Mall. So this is a live look over Washington, D.C. We can tell you that President Donald Trump has said that July 4th celebrations will go on despite very severe weather delays over the last 2 hours. Right now, we can tell you that it looks like things are going to get started around 9:45. I am trying to figure out if that means the fireworks display is going to get started at 9:45. I believe that is what they meant. So we will keep close tabs on this. President Trump was expected to speak, but it looks like, you know, after what is now over 2 hours of delays. And to put it into perspective, I'm showing you this shot just to show you what journalists out there have been dealing with as well. This is Rebecca Castor's shot. We have checked in with her a couple of times over the course of this special 4th of July stream. They had a tarp behind her on the grounds of the Great American State Fair because it was raining that hard for a little bit, and there was lightning and severe thunderstorms in the area, so they did issue a severe weather watch, and they told people to evacuate. Now, something that's wild there is the fact that so many people travel to our nation's capital to watch these different events take forth for the 4th of July celebrations. Some of them had been waiting online for hours. We're talking like 3 hours. So when everybody was told to evacuate, a lot of people were running around asking, hey, where should we go? So we are going to continue to check in with our Fox News teams on the ground in Washington, D.C., as hopefully we will get fireworks displays or even some remarks from the president at some point tonight. President Trump even saying, it could technically happen on July 5th. We will do it after midnight. We will celebrate America's 250th birthday in the nation's capital. So we are going to step away for a quick break now that it does appear all of the fireworks that we at least had streams on have ended. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a lot of different streams at once, going from St. Pete to Tampa to Orlando to Sanford, Florida, even to New York for the Macy's I was about to say the Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Macy's 4th of July fireworks display. So we're going to step away for a break. And when we come on after that, we are actually going to welcome on a very special person to the program. She has actually been my quarterback for this entire streaming process. Our newest streaming producer, Lindsay Gimbert, she is actually going to help us talk about what you can do to celebrate America's 250th birthday tomorrow all over Florida, on our beaches, in some parks. There's going to be different ways you can continue to celebrate. There's even going to be some beach cleanups because I know a lot of people have been out at the beach having a good time, but probably leaving some litter. And really quickly, we're going to step back to this shot of the downtown city Tampa skyline. You can see some fireworks out there in the distance. We will be right back, guys. Stay with us. Thank you so much for celebrating America's 250th birthday with us here on Fox 13 Plus, a special Saturday night rendition of our stream as we brought you fireworks displays from all across the nation. And something we are keeping tabs on right now, this is actually a live look of the bridge completely lit up in Jacksonville, Florida. We know when we started this stream at about 8 o'clock that Jacksonville's fireworks celebrations had been postponed because of lightning in the area. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. I want to say that things got underway fine, and we probably missed it. But at least, listen, the bridge is lit up. It looks like there are lots of boats in the water, people celebrating in every way they can. And then as we continue on with the press of my buttons, we can give you this live look of Clearwater Beach, very dark Clearwater Beach, their fireworks displays over. And then this gorgeous shot of the downtown city skyline in Tampa. If you look really, really close to the right-hand side, I believe those might be fireworks near Sparkman Wharf and Channel Side. I know they were doing their own thing. So, yeah, lots of lights lit up all over the nation as we ring in the 4th of July, America's 250th birthday. But as people are celebrating today, and listen, maybe you had some drinks, maybe you're staying out late, that's totally fine, as you should. But there are still ways tomorrow that you will be able to honor our great nation's 250th birthday. And it doesn't even have to be a party. It could be doing your part and cleaning up on the beach. So to talk all about that, I do want to welcome in a very special guest. We've got streaming producer Lindsay Gimbert with us. How you doing? I got to give you a hug, girl. Oh my goodness. We put this... It is, listen,
all day work.
I control the show with all of the technology at my hands, but it takes Lindsay making lower thirds and popping them back on the system. That's what you see right here. The words on your screen, checking in with people on Zoom. We had some little bit of technical issues over at Liberty by the Bay in Tampa.
Gosh, yeah.
We could go on and on about how stressful it's gotten back here, but hopefully it hasn't portrayed because we've still been having so much fun.
It's been great. It's been
I love
awesome.
it. I love you.
So good.
And you had a really good idea about telling people how they can honor America's 250th birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, some people, maybe they didn't want to go out tonight, and maybe they wanted to sit at home and watch our stream.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, they can still do a lot of celebrations tomorrow. First of all, theme parks. A lot of them are still having celebrations tomorrow. Disney has extended its Independence Day nighttime spectaculars.
Ooh, look at that.
Yes, Magic Kingdom. They have their Disney Celebrates America. It's a 4th of July concert in the sky. Of course, that's going to be a huge fireworks show that completely wraps around the park. Meanwhile, in Epcot, there is the Heartbeat of Freedom that plays right after the Symphony of Us show at 9 o'clock p.m. Of course, got to get those fireworks in. Then at Busch Gardens, closer to us, that park has a special 4th of July firework display over the festival field. And for that, the Busch Gardens is actually staying up later on Sunday, and they actually close at 11 p.m. Which is really nice. Yes.
Good stuff. And now we're looking at some state parks.
Yes, all of the state parks this weekend have been free admission. So if anyone wants to go to a state park, that includes Wekiva Springs, Honeymoon Island Park, or the Ybor City Museum State Park, which is right over here in the Tampa Bay area. All of those have free admission. And the one that I thought was really cool is that St. Augustine is also waiving all their fees. So you can go into the fort and walk around and see all that old school Independence Day fun, which is really cool.
That's awesome. You know what? I admittingly haven't been to a lot of these.
Right.
Maybe that's what we need to do tomorrow.
It's so beautiful, though. Everything is so calming. You're just surrounded by nature. And if you want to get away from the fireworks and just have a nice, calm and quiet day, that's where you can do it.
As we like to say after a long night out, we need to touch grass.
This is the way to touch grass.
Touch grass after the 4th of July.
Exactly.
And then we also have some pool parties.
Yes, at Hard Rock Casino, they are having a Hard Rock Independence Day weekend pool party at 11 a.m. This one's early in the morning, but for this one, it is a ticketed event, and it's also 21 plus.
Okay.
So that is for the hardcore partiers. If you want to go out there after you've already done all of the crazy stuff today, you can go ahead and do that. But the one that I really like, Regina, is our beach cleanups tomorrow.
Yes. Giving back.
Yes, there's a whole bunch of beach cleanups going on tomorrow. Keep Tampa Bay Beautiful is hosting its annual morning cleanup. They're going to give you all of the supplies that you need to help clean up. You know, a lot of people, they make their messes over the weekend. We've had a lot of tourists coming in, and this is just going to be one of those days to give back. That starts at 8 a.m. and it runs till 10 a.m. That's going to be at the Ben T. Davis Beach and the Courtney Campbell Causeway walking trails.
Okay.
Yes.
That's, you know what, I don't know about you, but I am the type of person where it's probably gross, but it doesn't have to be my trash.
Oh, no, I will
pick
pick it up. I will 100% pick it up, and I don't even use the little grippy thing. I'll just grab
I know,
it.
like, get this out. This is not going to the sea turtles.
Exactly. Can't have a straw up a sea turtle's nose.
And unfortunately, listen, I know everybody's probably had a great time enjoying our beautiful beaches, but I guarantee you there's some litter out there that needs to be picked up.
There's a
That's
big
actually
mess.
a good, we should check in on Monday with some of these groups
See how
to
much
see
they picked
how
up.
much trash.
The other thing is firework debris. Think of all, people are shooting up all these fireworks, and it's not just the fireworks going up, there's stuff coming back down.
Okay,
So
that's a good point.
Got to pick up all that stuff too.
And then the Florida Aquarium,
Yes.
did I see?
It's having its last day of the Sea to Shining Sea event. It's featuring
How cute.
patriotic divers, special animal encounters, and a bunch of family entertainment. It's just going to be a good day to get out with family, especially if you want to stay in the AC. That's going to be a big part.
Sea to Shining Sea.
I know, it's so
everybody's
cute.
names, everybody's puns. And then, I mean, we can go from the ocean to a little
the
space
coast.
action.
Yes, SpaceX is actually having a rocket launch tomorrow morning. That is at 6:36 a.m. weather permitting. Weather permitting.
And if everyone's up.
And if and as long as no fireworks got too close.
Yeah.
Should be good. That is going to be sending 29 Starlink satellites. That'll be a really cool one. And staying on by Cape Canaveral, an American 250 celebration at the Manatee Sanctuary Park is happening.
I was going to say, was that right? Did I pull up the right video?
There you go.
Potatoes.
There's
There we go.
Yep, there's the sea cows. That runs from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that'll have local food trucks, community activities, and a lot of riverfront views. Maybe you'll see a manatee, but it might be a little too warm. We'll see.
I know. I've only ever been there, I guess you make a good point, in the wintertime.
When they're all
snuggled
crowded.
up.
Yeah, it might just be some nice quiet time, just like the state parks.
Okay.
Yep.
And then do I see the Pasco Scallop and Music Festival?
Scalloping. I mean, it's coming back into season in Florida. So it's a music festival, bunch of seafood everywhere at Sunwest Park in Hudson. Beach games, good music to kick off Florida scalloping season. That runs from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That is free admission, but there is $5 parking.
Wow.
So that'll be really fun.
Some seafood sounds really good.
Right?
You know, I must ask you, so Sean Bear, you were literally sitting here when Sean and I had that conversation.
I just like to laugh in the corner.
The Scallop Festival is reminding me of the oyster eating competition that before I was a news reporter and a news anchor, I served tables at a clam bar.
Oh, what?
And there was an oyster eating competition that happened it wasn't for the 4th of July, but I mean, if you had to partake in a food eating competition, what do you think that would be?
Oh my gosh, it would be chicken nuggets. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a lot of chicken. Sean said chicken wings too, yeah.
I wouldn't do bones though. I can't do
boneless?
Boneless. I could do, you know what, hot dog eating contest, I just don't like the thought of them dipping the hot dogs in the water.
Yeah.
That is just so gross. Maybe like a dessert eating contest, ice cream.
So I don't know if you were here the day that Joey Chestnut came here.
He ate all that cake.
Ate the cake.
Oh
it was a cake eating contest. It was a chocolate cake.
It was for an event at Raymond James
I think
Stadium.
that's what I would do.
That would, that would be good.
I can't get on the scale for a really long time after that.
But that, yeah, I would be last place, most likely.
Yeah, I'm actually like not a fast eater. So, and then the fact that the female contestant, whose name I'm blanking on, she's from Tampa, and Sean was saying that her and her husband placed 5th.
Yes.
Could not compete against Joey Chestnut for that mustard belt, but it was a couple.
Yes, they've been on Good Day Tampa Bay before. They've chatted about it. They are just an awesome couple. Miki Sudo. Yes,
I was looking for her name.
She is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either.
I wonder if they practice together. You know, they're like, okay, let's see how many hot dogs we can down in one sitting. Is that a date night kind of thing for them?
What is their date
practice?
night like?
Do they do it with other foods?
A fly on the wall in their home.
No,
I swear.
actually.
and speaking of food, if you need to run some off,
oh my gosh,
we have the
this
Venezuela
is really
run.
good. So this is with the Latinos Run Club. It is a 5K charity run that's raising money for everyone that was
earthquakes.
Yes, they are sending money to the, let me make sure I get it right, the Foundation 7 Estrellas, and they verified that that organization is giving all proceeds to victims of the Venezuelan earthquakes.
Yeah, they're I've kind of been working on some stories for this week. I mean, just such a connection to the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah,
You've got, you know, certain Venezuelan communities where people can't get in touch with family. And I actually know, I saw that a girl that I follow on TikTok was doing a Pilates themed event that is going to raise money for the victims of the Venezuelan earthquake.
Any place that someone can help out, even if it's a 5K run, they are also accepting donations. Any kind of organization like that, it's just really needed for that community.
So the Latinas Run Club 5K charity run this Sunday
at the Foxtail Coffee in downtown Sarasota.
All right.
Yes.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been great. I know, it's so good.
Forget producer. She does it all. She truly does it all. She's also running our web streams during the day. So Lindsay wears a whole bunch of different hats. So thank you so much for helping make this stream possible.
Oh, yes.
Part of the chaos today has been keeping tabs on Washington, D.C.
All the things.
Severe weather, postponing events. At this point, 2 hours, but
I think it's starting.
I was going to say, this is actually a good sign here. So this is the stage.
Oh, is that rain? Is that rain coming from the stage? Look at the lights.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
You know what? That's a really great question. Actually, yes, it might be rain.
Man.
So President Trump's supposed to speak from this Freedom 250 Salute to America event in Washington, D.C. This is a wide look at the stage on the National Mall. So we did hear, now he was supposed to speak at 9:45 after a fireworks display. So obviously that is not happening on schedule, but I am trying to keep tabs on which feeds we have or what. So let me head on over here.
Oh, it seems like Trump left the White House just recently to head over to make a speech.
Is that, there we go. Okay, so maybe, yeah. All right, guys. Well, we are actually just only a few minutes away from the top of the 10 o'clock hour. So I'm not going to take a break here.
Should we get a fun fact in?
Oh, we should get a fun fact.
We should get a fun fact.
You know what? This is why I have you. This is why she is. This is why she is my right-hand woman. Savannah.
I loved
that was
it.
another.
That was fantastic.
Somebody in the comments, thank you for doing that on the live stream, said we love Savannah.
She has been so
That's
good.
why I love having you on here and having Savannah be a part of this, because you guys work so hard behind the scenes and we don't get to see you all the time and appreciate your work. Savannah went out there. She learned how to use the equipment for the first time, and the service was spotty and things were going wrong.
She was super flexible with everything.
She zoomed us on her phone, and it was just A for effort, fantastic effort, especially being out there trying to enjoy the show with her own family too. Mark Wilson performing the Star Spangled Banner, so our very own Fox 13 team making a presence at Liberty by the Bay. And she is also our friendly George Washington. That was also your idea.
So good. Well, partially hers, but we put it together. We made it a thing.
Yes.
And it worked out so well. I don't know how many takes we had to do of each, but it was a lot.
I think we might have 2 more fun facts.
Okay, 2 more.
Let's see.
Perfect.
Let's see. This is second to last, I believe, because she had some good ones there.
Hey, Regina, how about a speed round historical fact for you? Literally. Did you know Ulysses S. Grant is the only U.S. president that's ever been officially arrested while holding office? It happened back in 1872 when he was caught speeding in his horse-drawn carriage in Washington, D.C. True story. The arresting officer even took Grant into the station where he paid a $20 bond, which in today's money is about $550. I'd say that was a lesson learned. I'll send it back to you. Hey, Regina, I can't believe this is the last time I'll see you tonight, but I did save the best for last. Did you know Thomas Jefferson and John Adams died on the same day, July 4th, 50 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed? What a coincidence! Long story short, the 2 founding fathers were friends, then political rivals, then friends again before they both died in 1826. Jefferson died first at the age of 83, and Adams died hours later at the age of 90. His last words were, "Thomas Jefferson survives." The more you know. I hope you enjoyed these fun facts. I'll send it back to you one last time.
Oh, did we enjoy those fun facts, George
So
Washington?
much.
So great. You know, I was explaining the story before about how this all ensued.
Yes.
And what's funny is, I obviously, many of you know, I used to work on Good Day Tampa Bay, so that was a very early morning. You were even doing some early mornings.
Yeah, I was 3 a.m.
Yes. So we were both basically out of here before, the night side shift comes in. They come in about 2:30 in the afternoon. So I never really got to see and converse with Savannah a lot, but now I'm on this new shift and I see her more. And all of a sudden I find out that she's such a history buff.
Oh my gosh.
So knowledgeable. Her and Evan Axelbank
Yeah, they just started
they
dropping so
podcast.
many facts. It was insane.
Yeah, I'm so impressive.
Yeah.
I am more than impressed. So, Savannah, if you are watching this, you're probably making your way back here, but we are so
We
grateful
appreciate
to
you so much.
George Washington, thank you. You are just full of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge. All right, Lindsay, well, I think that's it.
We're going to end it, aren't
You
we?
guys are going to have the news at 10 p.m. with Brianna Orodondo, as well as the news at 11. Thank you so much for spending your 4th of July here on Fox 13 Plus with us. We were like, we want to work, but at least we get to do it together.
Yeah, exactly.
And
We get to
wanted
hang
to bring this
out.
to you because, what a crazy half
it's
hour
so
to pop
awesome.
from
to see
St.
so
Pete
many
to Liberty
people
by the Bay.
celebrating.
So many people, thousands of people at all of these celebrations. And hopefully these celebrations in Washington, D.C. will get underway soon. It looks, I really think that is rain in the shadows of the light.
All the cameras are covered with ponchos.
Yeah, we've been checking in with Rebecca Castor, and she had a tarp behind her. So everyone who is working to get the most recent information out there, our fellow friends at Fox in our nation's capital, we are sending you lots of love. This is going to end our stream, everyone. Stay safe. Continue to eat those hot dogs. We're going to end with this quote, Lindsay.
Oh, gosh.
It is a bad day to be a hot dog, but it is a great day to be an American. Happy 4th of July, everyone. We love you. Thank you for spending your holiday with us. A historic 250th birthday for our great nation. We'll catch you soon.